Hello and welcome to my breakdown summary part of Aubrushli. Now within production, to break down a script to look for what's required in the production and in post-production, that's the point of a breakdown summary. And the way it happens, the standard way of doing it is to tag each part of the script with particular tags that say that maybe you need, I don't know, some extras, or perhaps you need makeup and hair in this particular part of the script, or you need sound effects later on, or you need livestock, a wrangler, or you need VFX, or you need special production notes, general production notes. Tagging a fountain document in this case with these tags is how I have programmed Aubrushli to utilize these tags. Now it's probably best if I show you an example. Okay, so I had a previous example on the Aubrushli website, on the Aubrushli GitHub page, called the Breakdown Summary example. Now, this shows you exactly what happens within the actual fountain document. So, shot lists, if you remember, shot lists and breakdown summaries utilize boneyard tags. Now, a shot list, if you can recall, is, let's open one up. The one that creates the shot list is quite involved, and you have to have a particular shot start here and certain specified items here, and then white space and a shot end and all that kind of stuff. A breakdown summary is a much easier beast, but I do suggest, but there's lots more tags likely within a breakdown summary. So I do suggest you have it as a separate document again. So take a copy of your original fountain script and do the breakdown summary within that fountain script. And then you would go through the document and look at each particular bit. So, right, you'd say, well, okay, in this I'm saying, hello and welcome to my introduction to, and I've said, well, okay, you're probably going to need VFX here with an Aubrushli logo, or with a screenshot, a video of the Aubrushli logo. Okay, and later on for production notes, I say, well, okay, we say, okay, it's called Aubrushli. It's called that because it's just me taking the first automated letters of the shot list, an extended version of the Python library for fountain, as coded by Colton J. Provius. And then I put a production note tag here that says link to fountain library in YouTube description. So that's how you do it. You go through the document and you would find, well, I need particular VFX after the fact. Maybe it says this person's wearing a particular red coat, and therefore you need wardrobe. Maybe it says, well, we need to hear some particular music at this point, and you would have a sound effects tag, or a sound effects and music tag. And that's it, really. That is how you would go through and produce a breakdown summary. Now, the end result of the breakdown summary is quite a big document. So it's not really meant for production on the day. It's meant for very much for pre-production. And it's to be parceled out probably to multiple people. I mean, of course, if you don't have multiple people, it's to be parceled out to yourself, but in multiple ways. Now, the way I've set it up within Aubrushli and the way Aubrushli creates it, let's just recreate it for a second. Okay, so we open up Aubrushli. Which takes a minute. So you've got Aubrushli. We load in the document, and in this case, I've created a breakdown summary fountain document. We're going to create a breakdown summary and call it break.csv. Yes, we're going to replace it. Click the start and away it goes. So it looks through that fountain document I've given it, and what it creates is this. Okay, so it gets scene number and the scene name, and it picks those up anyway. It knows, it's aware that it's within this particular scene. So you don't need, unlike shot list, you don't need to put this in the tags. So it's aware that it's in this particular scene. Okay, so you get that. Scene number, scene name. It becomes awareness. Then it looks for the tag. It finds, in this case, VFX. Now it's important that you have a space after the opening boneyard and that you have a space after the colon. But this part is the tag, the VFX colon in this case, or the production notes colon here. But again, you need this white space, okay? Because it looks for that white space when it's actually looking for the particular tags. Okay, so that's VFX here, that's which is the same as this. So it picks that up. And then it gets surrounding text. Now the reason I've put surrounding text is so that you can find exactly where it is within the script. What's the context? That's effectively what this surrounding text bit does. What's the context? And we know that this screenshot, etc., sits within this opening part of the script. So yeah, so effectively I've said, well, okay, grab this surrounding context. And it will basically be the dialogue or the part of the script that, the dialogue or the descriptive part of the script that it's sitting in. It will, it's context aware and it will understand that and it will use that bit. And that's really it for the breakdown summary. I do add start line, start character and end character. In this case there's no end line, but there is end characters. So it looks for, where does this tag sit? It starts at character index 40, ends at character index 80. This one sits. Again, this probably won't be useful to you, but it might be. You might decide that that's quite useful and you can find it within the document. It's more likely that it's going to be useful to me. But that's it really. That is breakdown summary. You take these various parts that are broken down and you go and find the link to Unreal Engine, or you go and find the link to independent filmmaking with Unreal Engine, and you action that when you're editing the document in post-production. Similarly with VFX. Because, you know, I haven't got any costume changes or anything like that, I don't do too many things within this particular script. Yeah, it will treat everything exactly the same. And if you had a wardrobe, you'd have a wardrobe here, for example. Thanks very much. That's breakdown summary. Thanks for joining me.